Okay, financial modeling and reporting. Okay, at the Built to Sell Discovery Day with you and everyone who has come before, their starting point is always the financial model. So I'm going to share with you a couple of points on that here right now, and I want to show you something that I don't believe you've ever seen before when it comes to financial and modeling and reporting. So why do we start with the financial model and report? Well, first of all, our financial model at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty allows you to net $1 million. That's after expenses, net $1 million bucks on every $3 million in gross revenue without you having to sell any real estate. So let me repeat that. Our financial model is you net 1 million for every 3 million in gross, and you do not do any real estate selling at all or be involved in the day to day. So that's the starting point at the Built to Sell workshop. So immediately people are like, okay, let me think this through, Todd. So if I quit selling real estate at all, or if I didn't sell any real estate, I'm currently earning in what that number is, and whatever that gross number is, is your net at least 33% after your expenses? Are you netting 30% or more? Very critical that the net revenue or EBITDA be 30% or greater. So our financial model allows people to do it. And let me tell you why that is. Okay. And then I'm going to show you in this video a couple of things, and hopefully it will inspire you to get booked and let nothing get in the way of coming to see me at the Built to Sell Discovery Day. All right. All right, cool. So that's the purpose of this video. All right. So I'm going to repeat it one more time. Our financial model allows you to net $1 million on every $3 million in gross revenue without you having to sell any real estate or be involved in the day to day. That's our financial model. So that's what the Built to Sell Discovery Day is to look at that entire system and how it can be your system inside your business seamlessly, almost effortlessly, with minimal disruption, if any at all, completely increasing sales and income for you and all your people. All right, good. So we got that. Now, this is what I've experienced before with most real estate agents turned to broker owners. I really want to grow my business. Is they do this. Okay, they generate a lead, generate leads, convert them to appointments. Okay, sell the customer a home or sell their house. Okay, and end up with income. Okay, out of the income, they pay expenses. And then those two things, income and expenses, go into a quote spreadsheet or QuickBooks, and you press a button and it spits out a P&L. So the P&L is something that happens at the very end. It's basically a reporting mechanism of all that stuff that just happened. That's not how we do it. And that's not how successful businesses do it. They take the P&L and they move it to the front end, right? And it becomes the model for producing leads and expenses in income and everything else. So you start with the P&L as a financial model, the perfect P&L. And our P&L, again, is you're going to net $1 million out of every $3 million in gross revenue. So if you like, without you having to be involved in selling real estate, and I don't know any other real estate brokerage or even an agent that operates with that level of profit margin, a business that works without their involvement, a net $1 million for every $3 million gross. I've never met one. If you can show me one, let me know, outside of our system. But that's because that's who we are. That's the void that in the service and the thing that we provide the marketplace. And that's what makes us different than anyone else. So let me show you two quick things that might help you and inspire you, motivate you to come on and spend a day with me at here in my place in Atlanta, just north of Atlanta, for that Built to Sell Discovery Day. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen here. I'm going to blow this up a little bit for you. So this is the Built to Sell playbook, and this is what the Discovery Day is all about. This is the agenda that we run through, and I shared this with you in a separate video, and I think you might have seen this in a separate video as well. But I want to zero in on this financial modeling and reporting down here in the bottom left-hand corner. So I zoomed out, and in financial modeling and reporting, you have accounting quality, key performance metrics, and budget prep and utilization. And if I zoom out more, okay, we go look at, here it is. Let me go back. Boom, right there. These are the areas of focus. Okay, and it all stems from the P&L model. So you get your P&L model, and it reverse engineers. Okay, it reverse engineers into all that. Okay, financial planning, budgeting method, recurring accounting, centralized reporting, operating metrics. All of this is based on that premise. Like, hey, is it possible to net $1 million, like net after expenses, which is a lot of money? Okay, on every $3 million in gross without you having to be involved in selling real estate. And the answer is, well, of course it is, if that's your financial model. But you have the system that supports that financial model, and that's what we do. And that's just that part. That's 25% of the day. We start the day that way. Okay. So hopefully that gives you some clarity on why it's important and why this is really tough, to do over Zoom. The Zoom would have to be all day long, and that doesn't make sense. So we can really only do this in person with serious people like you that are motivated to scale up, and you want to see how other people have done it. But that's what you're going to see. Okay. Now I'm going to take you to an assessment right now, because this is something that you want to do before you come to the Built to Sell Discovery Day, and it has to do with this financial modeling and reporting. But let me summarize that one more time. Okay. We have a profit and loss model called a financial model. But instead of what most real estate agents and brokerages do, which is to spit out a P&L at the end of everything, and it just is what it is the result of, okay, we're going to take the ideal thing that we most want, and we're going to move it to the very beginning. So we take the P&L and we flip the script on it. We flip the script. We start with the P&L model, and the P&L model is, as I'm saying, the financial model is you're going to net $1 million for every $3 million in gross revenue without you being involved in the sales process at all. Okay, and I know you like the sound of that. That is a very profitable business and is unlike and not normal in the real estate industry, whether it's a brokerage or anything else. Okay, especially doing it with so few real estate agents. I did it with 12. Okay, 12 to 15 agents, net $1 million for every $3 million in revenue. That's what I did. That's what most of our guys do. You don't need 100, 200, 300, 400. You can run the math in your head. Oh my God, if I had 200 agents, I might net 1 million after all expenses if they all sold real estate, and it's like, no, there's no ifs. Those are all contingencies. That's an unpredictable business. We don't want that. Okay. So I think this is more appealing. But again, that P&L is a direct result of a financial model. Okay, cool. So you get it. All right. So that's where we started the Built to Sell Discovery Day. Let's look at one more piece of collateral here. This is the Built to Sell assessment that you will be handed as soon as we get confirmation of you coming to our Built to Sell Discovery Day. So we send this to you immediately. And I'm going to give you a quick overview of it. I cover this in a separate video when you get it. But you can see the parts of it. I'm going to scroll down to assessment 2 for the sake of this discussion on financial modeling and reporting, and starting with a profit and loss statement. So if that's okay, I'm going to do that. So let me go and make that happen here. I'm scrolling down. All right. All right. Boom. Here we go. Okay. Assessment 2. Okay. Rate your level of confidence in each of the following financial areas. Not confident is a 1, 5 is extremely confident. Okay. So again, we send this to you. This is page 18 of 20. So it's a 20-page PDF that has to do with analyzing your current situation, which is important for you to know, because when we get together at Built Discovery Day, you're going to be comparing a future situation that could be yours to your present situation. But we want to have a really good handle on the present situation. Everything, what the business is, what it's not, so that you can make really good judgments as the leader on moves that need to be made, if any. Okay, so this ties into what I'm talking about right now, which is the starting point at these Built to Sell Discovery Days, the financial model. How you can indeed make $1 million for about every $3 million in gross revenue, and you don't got to sell real estate. Okay, what that financial model looks like. So you can do it with less agents, like a lot less than these real estate companies that have to have 100, 200, 300 people to even think about doing such a thing. So, all right, here we go. Assessment 2. So you can see right here where it says quality of accounting personnel. A level 5 is, I'll blow that up even more. A level five is I have an experienced accounting team that provides timely reporting and is knowledgeable of key reports and KPIs. They're quick to respond, hold me accountable, providing information to keep reports and tasks up to date. Do not make careless mistakes. So this has a lot to unpack here, including what are the key KPIs and what should the reports look like. So left on its own, so you can have a great CPA, but they're going to operate on their own P&L. So you don't so there's nothing to compare it to. It just is a P&L. Oh, here's your P&L. This is your income and expenses, and we got them all categories, and this is how much money you had left over as a net profit. And it's like, but okay, that I get it, but what am I comparing it to? Like, what should it be or what could it be? What's the optimum way of doing business here? So without the financial model, your CPA or your accounting firm is going to use their P&L model, okay, to put in the numbers. And there's a lack of comparison. Like, what's the benchmark for that? Yeah. So this again is why we start. Let's go to another one: strategic planning, which is done based on finances. We have a plan based off of facts, data. Our plan is shared across departments and has a short-term and long-term goals, expectations. Strategic plan is based on finances. So this is the last thing that we do at the end of the first quarter of the day when we're looking at financial modeling is we look at the strategic plan. So it's a transition point from, oh, we get the money right now. Now let's shift gears into what happens next to make that money come in and is reliable. Systems, processes, people, all of that. Okay. So here's budget prep and utilization. Give me a thumbs up if you're liking this video already. All right. Budget is built with a bottoms up approach focused on department specific goals and KPIs, upcoming projects, future staffing needs, cash flow analysis to ensure proper funding of the business. This deals directly with the health of the company. Okay. So obviously, most small businesses are not a five. Okay. They're going to be like the goal resides in my head, or budget is built by senior management and focus on high level business targets versus like operating metrics. Yeah. So again, this gets into what should the key performance indicators be and what are the basic drivers of the business? How much should go to marketing? How much should go to operations? How much should go to rent? Did you know there's a model for how much should be paid in rent? Okay, so it looks like this, right? There's the income bucket, and then there's your expense buckets, and then there's your profit bucket. Okay, the income bucket breaks down into several channels of income inside the business. Money that come from upfront fees, money that come from the real estate commissions, money that come from transaction fees, agent fees, plus recurring revenue that you might get from vendors, partners that pay you on a monthly basis to have access to your business. We cover all that in the income model. Okay. And then you get into the expenses. And the expenses are where the budgeting takes place. So you have projections based on income and you have basic budgets for expenses. You like this? Okay. So on the expenses, here's your buckets, ready? You got cost of sales, you have operations, marketing, labor, and rent. That's it. Okay, cost of sale, what it costs for the cost to do a transaction specifically, and then you have those other expense buckets that we talked about, and we have a percentage of what the budgeting should be. Okay, and it allows you to make moves or not make moves based on the overall health of your business. It's awesome. All right, all right. So again, this is where we start at the Built to Sell Discovery Day. So I thought it would, be incumbent on me to show you. All right, monthly reporting and financial items. We utilize monthly financial reporting and meet regularly as a team to discuss the results and ways to improve. So what we do see is we're able to get access to your CRM if you want, and it'll spit out the key performance indicators that are the big drivers in your business, which converts itself into a financial report that the leadership team that's responsible for helping you get your business to super profitability status analyzes. So we can see whether you're on track or off track to meet specific things. You like that? Yeah. Again, this is what happens when we get together for a full day. This is just the first quarter of the day, though. Operating metrics and reporting. We track all KPIs on a daily basis. We meet weekly by functional roles to discuss and implement incremental improvement. Versus like, we sometimes track key performance indicators and sometimes meet to discuss ways to improve. That's a mid-level business, a two or three in that particular area. But we operate with this. So the systems that we have in place are designed to make it easier, faster for you to sell more homes, make more money without your constant involvement. And it's focused on making $1 million, give or take, on every $3 million in gross revenue, give or take, without you having to be involved in the sales process. So that's solely on other people's business. All right. And doing it with very few real estate agents. So you're more profitable and efficient. You like it. All right. So again, if having a business like that is on your vision board, okay. If you're a five, yeah, I want a business like that, which is where I was. Then, well, what do you do? Well, make sure you get with my team and get booked for that built to sell discovery day. I only do two of these a month, and they kind of fill up fast because I limit it to about three people at a time. So that's what I like. That's what I like to handle. It works pretty well. We have good time too. It's at my home. My home's on Lake Lanier, and it's a fun day. Very informative now. Very challenging, but it's overall a great time. And I can tell you won't be disappointed. I will say this though: if you went through the effort to come and spend a day with me, uh, discovering what could be, and at the end of the day, you're disappointed with what you saw, what you heard, what you learned, what you discovered. If you're in any way disappointed, it's like, yeah, Todd, this is not what I expected. This is not good for me. You let me know, and we will reimburse you for your travel to get here. All right. So we think we've done a good job of talking with you already and determining that based on what your goals are and where you want to be. So don't believe that would be the case. Otherwise, you wouldn't be getting this video. So there you go. Financial modeling and reporting, starting with the correct or right P&L to produce the outcome you must want versus the way everybody else does it. The P&L is just something that you get at the end of everything that just shows you what you have. Yet, again, we make a list of all the industry norms and standards in real estate, what everyone else is doing, how they do things, and then we seek to simultaneously, legally and ethically disrupt all of them. This typically means we do the opposite. That's our system. So, Built to Sell Discovery Day. We'll see you there. Hey, go serve big. Thanks now.